Okay guys, it's Chief again, and today we are going to look at, yeah, that's right, T34. I did a Yag 88 review, and this is the other extreme of the premium tanks, widely considered the second highest moneymaker in the game. Uh, yeah, there is no comparison to it. I mean, it's just all around really, really good tank. Now, there is three tanks in the tech tree that are roughly the same tank, and they used to be um, the tier 8. Well, there's four tanks, right? T29 used to be, well, was always the tier 7. T32 was always the tier 8. T34, however, it's right here. It used to be the tier 9, and the T30 used to be the tier 10. Now, they've moved this one to a premium, and T30 obviously to a tank destroyer, and gave two new tanks to the tank tree. And I old World of Tank players will remember that. And so, exactly how good is this tank? I mean, everybody know the T line of American heavies. Not too much frontal armor, great turret, and a beast of a gun, and especially on the T34. Now, the tank is relatively quick. It reaches 35, so it's not a slow tank by any means. The traverse is pretty horrible. The turret traverse is even worse. But like all American heavies, it has great gun depression, which means it's more of a peeking tank. Like, you sit behind a hill and you poke out, you shoot, go back down the hill. So, and the gun have, yeah, every. This is like this is almost as good as the ISU. I mean, the gun. Okay, it doesn't have as much pen, but great alpha damage. The pen is more than enough to put a hole into any tier 8. Most tier 9s, and if you're careful, I have no problem fighting tier 10s in this tank. I never did, probably never will. Now, exactly what is this gun? Okay, the tank, everybody knows the T series, so don't have to talk about it too much. The only weakness here is right there, and the whole entire front of the tank is a weak spot. And there's not too much armor on the side. The only difference was the T34 is there's a big piece of extra plate right there in the back. So if you hit that plate, as you can see, it actually has 203 millimeters of armor. So I don't recommend that. um, yeah, there's a lot of space armor right here. The only weakness, like every heavy tank, if you can't hit the body of the tank, it's right into the gun or the commander's cupola, which is pretty big if you're looking at it. It's not an easy target to miss, but then again, it's not an easy target to hit. And if you hit the side of it, I notice how it actually bounces a lot if you hit the side of it. Or even this piece right here, or this piece. It bounces quite often. So yeah, overall, hold down, it's extremely deadly tank. Now the gun, notice how it says it's tier 9? Well, I want to compare this gun to a different gun. Okay, let's go to the tech tree, and really quick, the T30. Now, this is a tier 10. See, the marking says it's a tier 10 gun. Okay, let's compare the stats of these two guns. 22 millimeter T34, T53A1, and the AT gun T53. One is tier 9, one is tier 10. A little bit faster rate of fire. All of the stats of pen and alpha damage is exactly the same. Well, but it's a lot more accurate. Look at that. 0.35 is not bad for a heavy gun at all. It weighs exactly the same. It has a little bit different of aiming time. So technically, I will consider this a tier 10 gun because of the pen, because of the alpha damage, and because of the accuracy. Now, the rate of fire, yes, but the situation the T34 gets into, you can afford to wait. But as far as your module is concerned, of course you need a gun rammer, and of course you need gun lane drive to lower the aiming time. It's supposed to be a vent, but of course I had an extra optic, and who cares? Somehow this tank always ends up being the only tank out there. So I had to see that. I like the little bit of extra range, and I like to see what I'm shooting at. So yeah, it's good. It has a healthy dose of HP, 1500 versus, oh, let's see, Dagger 2, 1600, a low, 1650. I guess it's a little bit lower than what we're used to see, but it's still fine. I'm never going to complain because you're not supposed to get damaged at all if you know what you're doing. Even if you do get damaged, there's so much armor on this tank. I mean, look at that. It's 279. I think the thickest frontal armor is actually the T32 out of all of the T series, but this isn't bad at all. Funny thing is, I'll tell you a trick, guys. If you ever playing a T29, use the first turret because people will think you're a T34. It looks exactly the same except the gun is a little bit skinnier. And actually the first turret is a lot less annoying than the second turret. It has the same armor, but it doesn't have the Mickey Mouse ears for people to shoot at. I mean, it doesn't do damage, but it's just annoying when people target those places. Anyhow, let's see some gameplay. Okay, as you can see, this is mostly tier 8 battle, one of the newer maps. Again, bad map names. Tundra, and oh, this doesn't look good. 38% chance of winning. Yeah. Again, and if you guys watch a lot of videos, there's a guy named Mighty Jingles. He said something about, well, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He said something about XVM. That stat means nothing. It's all about what your team does. It's all about, a lot of it had to do with you. Again, you not hiding in the corner and you not waiting for your teammate to do the job. You not hoping that your teammate's gonna be good, and you take your part and do what you need to do, what you think is the best thing to do to win the game. The start of the game isn't looking too bright. I mean, you'll see in a minute. And I guess this is the heavy corner, right? But I thought about it. This is actually a really bad spot. It's actually very good for a fast tank like Hellcat or something to get up to the top and like snipe across the map. Now for a heavy tank, it's not too great. And you see that little slot in the rock, like right there where that tree is. Let's see. Okay, go back to my regular view. Now, let's take a shot at this T71. Took a little shot from him there. Now, there's tanks on both sides most of the time. There's tanks. Look at that. There's all of the tank on that hill, and I'm sure there's a bunch of them behind me. Well, there's 2 TDs behind me, so it's kind of weird. Now, I know the Yak Panther is there. I put a shot into him, and I did hit him. I don't know what this T43 is doing. Maybe you have magical bullets that go through rocks. That do they sell premium rounds that go through rocks? Did I miss out on something? That well, but you see here, that little spot right there is actually a very, very bad spot, and here's why. You can sit there and you think you'll hold down, right? But whichever side you're on, the other side is shooting down at you from the hill, so they're hitting the top of your turret, and they're hitting, you know, the top of your tank, so you're not really safe. But you see what I'm talking about? That turret looks just like mine. Well, even though he blew up, but still, that turret looks just like mine. And if he had the 105, the gun looks just like mine too. That SU-122 is amazing. I mean, he took a pounding and he beat the crap out of everybody. That Tiger isn't very brave. I mean, smart, or yeah. He's brave, but all bronze and no brain. As you can see, I hit that Yak Panther before, and I hit him again, and I think the SU finishes him off. But you see, our team isn't doing too well. I mean, we did get one of their arties, but we lost, well, 2 heavies, 3 heavies. And look at what this Tiger is doing. I mean, he knows I'm here, right? And okay, he shoots my turret. that's a really good place to shoot. And yeah, what do you think I was gonna do to you? Alright. I thank the SU for finishing him off, or at least helping me finishing him off. And looking around, well, there's still a whole bunch of tank in the middle. That E75 is still there. Our M103 is still there, but now we're doing pretty well. But this corner is still just me. I mean, the TD that was behind me, they're gone. That Tiger, he actually did a really, really good job. I think he was one of the top players too. So let's see if we can finish him off. Yeah, and unfortunately, the Tiger got our little friend SU there. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, in a minute now. Put a shot into him. Oh, that didn't aim in time, and somehow I jerked my mouse, so I kind of threw off my aim, and now I can't shoot him anymore. And now we're in a little bit of a problem. I knew that wasn't gonna hit, and it didn't. So let's move up and see. Oh, now E75, as brave as he is, and he took out quite a few of our tanks. And now I'm kind of worried about that Artie, because, you know, big, slow, heavy tank. Artie magnet. Oh, did I see a tree fall? Ooh, ISU. What is the IS looking at? Is he looking at me? I think he has a jammed turret. Look how slow he is. Bad mistake here. I shot the gun, and I'm pretty sure I broke his gun, but again, no damage. The only tank that you're supposed to shoot there is actually IS-6, but that's actually still showing. Yeah, if you're gonna high your whole tank, not leaving a bit of it on top. But that's okay, I'm not gonna complain about the kill, right? Why would I? Now, here's what I'm talking about, the view range. Now, normally, it's probably pretty hard to spot, but here, I spot the Tiger. Alright, again, use everything you can find as cover. No, Tiger's dead. He wasn't gonna pin my turret, and he had to have a really, really aimed shot to hit my turret, and obviously he didn't. But again, you know, use every piece of terrain as your cover. Dead tank, you know, everything. Now, I know that there's only that Artie left, and I'm gonna go Artie hunting. Scumbag hunting. Now, he actually tried to fight me this time. He didn't try to run off into the river and try to drown himself like most of them do, but so he's actually, and he's pretty good. He hit something, and obviously he killed one of us. So, okay. Now, let's see. There's that Yak Panther, whole bunch of that tank in the middle. But again, see how many tank I was facing off? And we basically owned that corner, and it's not because I'm a bigger tank. T34, if you know how to engage with T34, they're not that hard to kill. Just, they're not. And the thing is, I was aware of what's in front of me. I didn't charge out. I knew what was on the hill, and I didn't give him a lot of chances to hit me. I played my cards right. I used the cover to my advantage, and I tried to show as little turret as I could, and I only took shots when it was absolutely necessary. So I didn't take that much damage. I only really took 2 penetrating hits. Yeah, only took 2 penetrating hits. I did 4,000 damage. This is last one. They're already trying to engage me, but come on, there's a hill. You can't shoot over a hill at me. Your gun doesn't work that way. Yeah, I told you. So I did full damage there, 400, but he has no armor, so yeah. There we go. Okay, let's look at the battle stats. Ooh, badge. Yes, my ace tanker badge. Ooh, website doesn't like me again. Alright, I damaged everybody that was on that hill. This is pretty much everybody I fought. that was on the other hill, and it was the exception of the arty. So one, two, three, four. I killed three of them. Um, this guy, I shot the Yak Tiger twice. What was he thinking? IS eventually came down the hill, and like we all saw, I a few times ran away and then ran into all of our tanks, got annihilated. He did a. Let's see how we did. 14 shots fired. I missed one, I guess, and I bounced one off of the IS. Only got to hit four times, twice in the nowhere near as much credit and nowhere near as much credit earned. But XP is okay. It's 1900 XP on only 14 shots fired, 14,000 credits spent. I didn't use any consumable, didn't have to. No one really shot at me. Yeah, battle result obviously top damage, almost 4,500. But look at this. See how good that tiger did. Well, he had all do that for fun. So everybody. I think I was the only one that actually managed to hit him anyway. So yeah, he just sat there and fired away. Great job. Look at him. He penetrated 10 and didn't get very far, but still, he did pretty good. The arty actually killed one of his own guys. He did okay. He hit almost every shot. I mean, two direct hits. That's pretty good for arty. See, this is what I'm talking. The whole time he was camping, and look at the damage. You didn't even get a steel wall. Anyway, that's the end of the battle, guys. And like I said again, when you're on the battlefield, beware of your surroundings. Pick your fights wisely. Use things as cover and beware of what is shooting at you and who is shooting. It's eliminate them first. Eliminate as many guns off the field as you can. They're harder to kill. They take longer and they're more dangerous to kill. Okay, so good luck, have fun, and go kill some tanks. And if you like the replay, we'll afford to keep doing this. Okay, thanks for watching.